Atlanta this weekend. My goodness. I used to do preview shows. I don't anymore, but Atlanta for 2022 is a preview show that I actually want to do here because we have our first East-West shootout of the year. I call them shootouts because I'm old school. They're actually called East-West showdowns. Yeah, this is our first East-West showdown. That's not the finals since Atlanta 2019. Yes. Here we go. I'm riding as Jet Lawrence here, or actually, as Todd Harris likes to call him, Jet Lawrence, and Dan Hubbard on Race Day Live likes to call Hunter Jet Lawrence as well. Anyway, I wanted to come on here, preview Atlanta. Not really the 450 class. I mean, we can touch on the 450 class a little bit, but more of the 250 East-West shootout or showdown. Yeah, and after the video, y'all could go leave your comments down below about what you think is about to happen here in the East-West shootout or showdown. Yeah, we can argue back and forth for the next few days. Anyway, this weekend is, I checked the weather for Atlanta. I'm nowhere near Atlanta. I'm in California. But I checked the weather for Atlanta. And my boys, we about to have a mud race here because it is supposed to be raining. It's supposed to be raining in Atlanta on Saturday. So, our first East-West shootout or showdown of the year is possibly going to be a mud fest. Which, you know what? Mud races are kind of boring, I know. I've been to a few mud races myself. They're kind of boring. But, they're also kind of like, they make the racing more interesting because, and I'll talk about the scenario here later in the video. A guy like Jet Lawrence, I'm not saying Jet's gonna not make the main event, but a guy like Jet Lawrence goes out there, blows up the bike in the heat race, and then goes and gets a terrible start in the LCQ, and he doesn't make the main. Guess what? We could have a new points leader. I don't know information on if McAdoo's riding. I don't think so. But hey, Jet Lawrence or Christian Craig don't make the main event. One, that makes a race super interesting, and two, that makes both championships interesting. Let me talk about Jet here. He is Jet Lawrence won the last East-West shootout that we had in Salt Lake City of 2021, and I mean, Colt Nichols kind of gave it to him because Colt Nichols' story that night was that he thought Jet Lawrence was a lap rider, so he let him by, and he was not a lap rider. Anyway, yeah, Jet Lawrence, I'm just gonna say this off the bat. I'll pick my winner here at the end of this, and it might shock some people. Actually, it might shock some people, but it might not shock a lot of people. But Jet Lawrence, I'm just gonna put this straight up. My pick for the East-West shootout is not Jet Lawrence or it's not Christian Craig. The way Jet Lawrence was talking in an interview about the East-West race in St. Louis, it doesn't seem like Jet is gonna break his back to win, which is smart. It's very smart, and that's why maybe Jet gets a podium here. We didn't see him race this track last year. So we've never seen Jet race this track. We've seen Hunter Lawrence race this track. And I'll get to Hunter here in a second. But Jet, he's not gonna break his back to win. I believe the kid. I know I said I didn't like Jet Lawrence, but there's a video out there about a fan yelling at Jet Lawrence and about his brother being faster, and Jet's response to it is hilarious. So yeah, I'm okay with Jet now. But as for his brother Hunter here is going to get on the podium, I believe. I think it's going to be a Honda, a Yamaha, and a Gas on the podium. If that gives away anything, I'm sorry. Yeah, Hunter Lawrence, he's going to get on the podium here. He's going to be, I believe he's going to beat his brother. Just for the fact that Jet is not going to break his back to beat anyone. And plus, Jet and Hunter are not on the same coast. Do you really think Jet's going to break his back to beat his brother here just for bragging rights when he's got a championship to protect? I find that hard to believe. Anyway, let's move on to probably the biggest talking point of this video. Christian Craig, the points leader in the West Coast. I heard it on a podcast that I listened to, and I'm sure it's on other podcasts. I don't bother to listen to Pulp MX or the other ones. I just don't have time. But Christian Craig, depending... Now, I haven't heard anything from him about how he's going to play this race. But let's be real. I think it's going to start in practice for him. He's going to have a big dick swinging competition with Jet for the fastest lap time. And that's going to cost him. Now, if you don't know what I just said there, right there, big dick swinging competition. And it's basically... He's going to try to go out there and prove that he's the fastest rider on a lights bike right now. And that's not going to work. And honestly, maybe y'all feel the same thing, feel the same way about Christian, but who would really be surprised if Christian Craig doesn't make the main? Really, especially if it's muddy out there. It's sad because Christian Craig is probably one of the oldest guys, other than Vince Freezy. He's probably the oldest guy in the class, and he's probably going to be the most immature rider at the showdown, other than like the kids out here. So I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think he gets top 5, nor I don't think he gets top 10 if he makes it. I don't think he gets top 10 in the race. Like I said, I think one bike is gonna blow up this weekend. I truly believe Craig's gonna be going for it and blow his bike up. Which, that, you know what? If he loses the championship because of this race, that's all on him. Like, and Saturday after the race, if that happened, I'm going to be sitting here laughing because Hunter Lawrence is going to take this title if Christian Craig blows it. And if y'all didn't see at the beginning of the year before A1, I actually picked Hunter Lawrence for the title. And who knows, Seattle was not very, I mean, it was good, but it wasn't Christian Craig standard. I mean, straight up getting caught by Michael Mosman. That was not good by Christian Craig. Yeah, he did do a really good comeback to salvage and get second. But who knows? Hunter Lawrence winning in Seattle might win him the championship here if Christian Craig blows this. Which, I wouldn't be surprised if Christian Craig blows his championship still. Anyway, before we move on to the 450 class, because there's not much to talk about there, I'm gonna pick my winners at the end. So 450 class here, Eli Tomac. I don't know. This 450 class, picking a winner here, especially since if you play RM Fantasy SX, it's very tough. It's almost like you have to wait to see like practice or something. You have to wait till that because honestly, like, you don't know, because Tomac, he won the other speedway race, which was Daytona, and this is a speedway race here. But the track, if you've seen the track, it's not as open as Daytona. And it's not, in my opinion, there's like tight sections on this track, and then there's like very fast sections on this track. And honestly, that might be Tomac Town. And honestly, I don't think Tomac wins it. I think we're all high by saying he's not going to break Chad Reed's record this year, because he's definitely going to he's going to beat Chad Reed's record this year. He's going to get win 45 this year, but I don't think it's going to be Atlanta. I think we're going to have to wait until, what's the next round? Holy damn. Foxborough is the next round. Anyway. Jason Anderson, I think he's going to come into these last few races fired up, because Detroit would have went a lot different had Anderson not tucked the front end there and hit his head a little bit. And yeah, I think the championship's a lot different had Chase Sexton not crap. It's like, Tomac's been good. Yeah, he won the 5 in a row, but he's also, not to like take away from Tomac's ability here, and he's killing it here in this championship. I definitely didn't expect him to win the championship like he's going to. But yeah, this championship would be a lot different if Jason Anderson didn't have the radiator issue in San Diego. This championship would be a lot different if Barcia didn't take out Anderson in Indy and in A1. This championship would be a lot different if Cooper Webb if Cooper Webb's bike is good. Oh, by the way, Cooper is supposed to be back this weekend. I don't think he does anything. But if Cooper Webb, like, has a win already, I don't think Tomac has the points lead at this point. That's just my pure opinion. And I think if Coop, I'm not even going to talk about Coop. I'm just saying the championship would be a lot different if Coop had a win to this point. Championship would definitely be a lot different had Chase Sexton not went down at Minneapolis. Championship would be a lot different had the mayhem at Detroit not happened with Sexton and Webb and then Anderson going down. Let's just say this championship would be a lot closer had those scenarios not happened. Not even counting Cooper Webb. Yeah, I guess I can go into my winners for this weekend. Barcia, I believe, is going to get on the podium. I believe both the gas riders, and I haven't even named what gas rider I'm talking about, the 250s, but you'll find out here in a little bit. I believe Barcia is going to be good, but my winner here for the 450 class, it depends. Like, it really depends. Like, I would love to see Sexton get one. I would love to see Barcia get a win this year. Like, talking to him a little bit before Christmas, he's a really good dude, and you know, I watch a little bit of BAM TV, and he's just funny, and his personality on BAM TV is the same thing as at the practice track, and I could say that because I met the dude in person. He's pretty cool. What else? 450Y. I believe Anderson's going to come in fired up and probably grab the win, so I'm going to pick Anderson so far. And for 250s, man came out and shocked us last year. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say Nate Thrasher. I think Nate Thrasher is going to win this weekend. We saw what he did last year in Atlanta, and y'all could comment all the negativity you want. But I think Nate Thrasher is going to win it. If not Nate Thrasher, I think either Hunter Lawrence or Michael Mosman. Those three, Nate Thrasher, Hunter Lawrence, and Michael Mosman, are my podium for this weekend. That's crazy to say all West guys are going to make the podium. But I sincerely believe that. Yeah, I think Nate Thrasher is going to win, man. We all saw what he did last year in Atlanta at this track, and winning Atlanta 1 and Atlanta 3. So if even and maybe it's a blessing that McAdoo's not racing this weekend, because we all know, y'all should remember what happened to McAdoo at Atlanta last year. It was bad, really bad. But yeah, I'm gonna go Anderson and I'm gonna go Thrasher for the wins this weekend. Let me know what you think about everything I talked about here below in the comment section. We can argue here for the next few days, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week and enjoy the races in Atlanta, and I will see you Saturday. Here's a whip for you guys.